Welcome to the Know, I'm Ashley. Do we have the tiniest hint of what's to come for the still mysterious core Pokemon title headed for Nintendo Switch? Maybe. Game Freak co-founder Junichi Masuda spoke to Game Informer for their upcoming September issue and just very lightly touched on the series' Switch title, indicating that the Switch itself could play a role in the gameplay. Masuda said, "What I'm really curious about and really excited to see will be the main way that people play the Switch. Will it be home for the most part? Will it be out and about? I think that's really going to depend on where the person lives, maybe. Depending on the country, maybe the main style of playing will be different. As we've been saying a lot, we always focus on, when designing the games, thinking about how the player is going to play the game. We're gonna have to wait and see how this all plays out. So far, all we know for sure is that the Switch Pokemon title is dated for 2018 or beyond. Probably beyond if they're still just thinking about how it's gonna play. But I'm telling you, we all bring our Switches everywhere all the time. It's wonderful. At long last, Gearbox has just announced a new first-person shooter that's not Borderlands 3. The new game has a working title of Project 1v1, and while we don't have a whole lot in the way of details, it sounds like it's going to be a, well, 1 versus 1 shooter. So far, all we've got is a website with some concept art and an email that was sent out with a call for players to test out the experience. We also know that Project 1v1 will have 3 game modes, Ranked, Challenge, and Arena, and will also involve crates of some kind, because of course it will. While players were probably hoping for something about Borderlands 3, I mean, aren't we all? The indication from publisher Take-Two is that we won't have that game until, well, sometime next year, as it's probably their second huge title behind Red Dead Redemption in 2018. But it would be great if they would start talking more about it. Ubisoft is expanding yet again, this time with a newly launched studio in Stockholm, Sweden. The new location will join Ubisoft's other 30+ studios with more than 10,000 employees across all of them. Heading up this new venture will be someone fairly familiar with the area, Patrick Bach, former studio manager of EA DICE in Stockholm. Bach's job will be to join alongside Ubisoft's massive for work on AAA projects, which will include the upcoming Avatar video game the company's making in partnership with 20th Century Fox. Ubisoft Stockholm follows up the recently announced Ubisoft Bordeaux and Ubisoft Berlin, which were announced back in April. Right on the heels of Destiny 2's massive new campaign featuring Pop-Tarts and Rockstar Energy, we've got even more goofy partnerships for all you Guardians out there. Just throw the sugar away, this time to enhance your Destiny 2 playtime with scented candles. Numbskull Design and Bungie's announced the candles this week, saying that each of the candles corresponds to a planet you could be exploring in-game. It's like Smell-O-Vision, but a really low-tech version. You just light it while you play, add a little extra dimension to your experience, and then, you know, you travel off-world, put that candle out, light the next one, easy. One of the scents is Worm Spore from the Dreadnought, which they describe as a comforting aroma with spicy and smoky notes, woody, mossy tones in the base topped with citrus. So chances are we're probably not going to get a swamp scent, although I'm sure that would sell just great. In addition to candles, they've also got mugs, onesies, magnets, fancy Guardian bathrobes, ice trays. Apparently Bungie is really trying to one-up itself in addition to Doritos and Mountain Dew now. Who are they going to partner with next? Who knows? Get creative in the comments, because I'm sure you guys have some great suggestions. Is No Man's Sky back? Well, according to a new announcement from Hello Games, No Man's Sky is getting its long-awaited and massive 1.3 update this week. The new update, titled Atlas Rises, will feature loads of new content, but will primarily focus on improving the central story and adding quick travel portals so you can move between locations. So there might actually be a reason to go backwards sometimes. On the website, creator Sean Murray wrote, "It's been a year since No Man's Sky first released, and it's been an exciting, intense, and emotional year for us at Hello Games. We have been quiet, but we've been listening intently. We've spent that year working hard on free updates for this game our team cares so much about." Hello Games actually has been teasing this update for almost 2 months now, thanks to an ARG, when they said over 250,000 players participated in. Only took them a whole year to get the game in a state that a lot of players really hope for a launch, but let's be real here. Kudos to them for sticking with it and delivering on what they said they would. It would have been easy to just brush it under the rug, take all their money and move to an island somewhere, but they did keep working on it. Heads up, Overwatch players, the Summer Games 2017 seasonal event is here, which means a bunch of skins to go along with updates to Lucio Ball mode. Lots of the new skins are beach or vacation themed, like the bikini-clad Widowmaker, a snorkeling Sombra, and McCree as a lifeguard. Need it! Players can get the skins through August 29th, and if you missed last year's Summer Games, Blizzard is letting players snag those skins at a cheaper price. So yeah, go out there, get those new skins, especially if you want to see Soldier 76 in full-on barbecuing dad mode, and who doesn't? Wonder Woman continues to set box office records. Warner Brothers says that the movie now has made more than $400 million at the box office in North America. It's now behind only The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises as the third highest grossing movie of all time for Warner Brothers, and it's the second top grossing movie this year. Worldwide, it's closing in on $800 million bucks. So yeah, pretty historic movie in more ways than one. Not just because it's, you know, historic. Anyway, the movie has been such a big hit that the studio is also planning to launch a campaign to get it nominated for a Best Picture Oscar. I tell you what, if Suicide Squad can get an Oscar, I think this one is in the running too. I mean, come on. Speaking of popular things, this won't come as a surprise to a lot of people, but Game of Thrones has set yet another ratings record for HBO. Sunday's episode, which was awesome, was seen by 10.2 million viewers, which is better than the previous record holder, the season premiere, which was just a few weeks ago. Even more impressive, they haven't even counted views from HBO Go, HBO Now, or DVR watchers yet. That number is gonna go up. It's gonna go way up, because I don't know about you guys, but I jumped ship to HBO Now as soon as I possibly could. But that is a huge number for just live viewers on network television, or not network, but you know, premium cable television. It's still huge. So, formula, big battles plus dragons equals so many eyeballs. We'll take more, please. Looks like the Disney and Netflix marriage didn't last too long, sadly. Just a year after Disney made Netflix the exclusive site for streaming its new movies, well, Disney now says that it's gonna start its own streaming service in 2019. You know, because we definitely need another streaming service that charges a monthly fee. Although, can't blame Disney for wanting all that money for themselves. Disney announced the plans during an earnings report yesterday and says it will end its streaming agreement with Netflix in 2 years. So, you know, not going away yet. We're still gonna be around for a while. Apparently, though, it won't affect Netflix's deal with Marvel, which is owned by Disney too. So they'll still be developing more shows. They've got Daredevil, they've got Jessica Jones, they're doing a lot of cool stuff there. Defenders hits later this month. So at least for now, that's the case. Disney CEO Bob Iger added that the rights of the Star Wars and Marvel films still being decided. Could video games be going to the Olympics? Yeah, it actually is a possibility, according to the president of the Paris Olympic Bid Committee. He says he will talk with esports representatives and the International Olympic Committee about gaming possibly joining the Olympics in 2024, which is expected to be held in Paris. It's no secret that esports are becoming more and more popular. It's already part of the Asian Games. It'll be recognized as a full sport in that event in 2022. Sounds pretty awesome. I mean, if archery and curling are in the Olympics, video games pretty cool too, although this is gonna make that whole "are video games a sport" debate even wilder. Alright, that's the news we have for you guys today. Let us know what you think of all these stories in the comments down below. To make sure you get news from every corner of the internet every day, like this video. If you're new to this channel, subscribe to the net. One of the scenes is Wormspore from the Dreadnought, which they describe as a comforting aroma with spicy and smoky notes, woody, mossy tones in the base topped with citrus. I'm gonna guess we're not gonna get a swamp flavor.
I think it's supposed to be scents.
Yeah, I wondered if that was like something special they were calling it.